All right. Let me get the mic there. As of today, pretty much a lot of us know this by now. The Hub Network, as of today, Monday, October 13th, 2014, the Hub Network is no more, and in its place is Discovery Family. Now, I know a lot of people from what they've read online are not too happy about this, and some have basically said they're not really surprised. Now, for those of you that are not happy about this, I'm totally with you on this. I don't like the idea that another potential kids network, family network has been reduced to this. But there is a positive if you want to look at it as a positive. Positive is you're not just getting 3 hours or 4 hours of kids programming during the day. No. You want to look at it from a positive standpoint, you're actually getting 12 hours worth of programming. Yeah. 12 hours worth in exchange for 12 hours of educational family programming. Let me explain. And this is basically what I talked about before when I mentioned that the hub was closing down. Was ending. I think I mentioned this, but basically, like I said before, the Hub Network, its scheduling caused a lot of the programming for kids, a lot of the cartoon programming, to air at strange times, right? Well, depending on where you live around the country, it doesn't get any stranger than this. Doesn't get any stranger than this. Because apparently, the kids programming block on Discovery Family, formerly the Hub, will begin at 2 a.m. in the morning Pacific time. Now again, depending on where you live, this could mean a variety of things. If you live in the mountain region, it means 3 a.m. If you live in the mountain region, it could be 3 a.m. or it just could be the same time frame, 2 a.m. all the way around. But if you want to go by time zone, you're looking at probably 2 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Mountain, 4 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Eastern. If you want to add 2 more hours to Hawaii time, you're looking at midnight. Now, how is this a positive? Well, if you want to look at it as a strange positive, this strange positive is it's for 12 hours. And if you're an MLP FIM fan, or a Pound Puppy fan, or a Teenage Fairy Tale fan, or whatever, you'll get your back-to-back episodes of those shows still during the day when you're awake. However, you may have to DVR them. I'm not lying. Apparently, according to the deal, if you will, according to this deal, shows like MLP FIM are shown during the day when a lot of people that might be fans of the show are either working or in school. Yeah, that's the deal of it. That's the gist of it. And I'm still looking. They still have the Hub Network website on, which I guess when you go, it will say Discovery Family. Now, the only thing I could probably think of is it'll still be the Hub Network, but it'll be the Hub Network block. That's the only thing I can think of. It'll be like the Hub block, and then it'll switch to Discovery Family block. That's the only thing I can think of, but still, what a deal, huh? What a deal. Instead of saying, hey, we'll give you 12 hours from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., they decided instead, we'll give you 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. That doesn't work well, especially if you're a kid in school. Or you're somebody working and you're a fan of some of these shows. It doesn't work well. I mean, if you're a nostalgic fan and you like Gem, you grew up on Gem, unless you have Netflix, and probably who doesn't, or unless you have the complete DVD box set, and who doesn't, you want to get your Gem fix because you know it's on the Hub. But you would have to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning or stay up to 2 a.m. in the morning just to watch it and then go to sleep, get up another few hours later, go to work, and have your coworkers ask, "Why are you so groggy?" And you have to say, "Oh, I was watching one of my shows on the Hub last night. Oh, wait a minute, Discovery Family last night." Or have your teacher go like, "Why are you so groggy?" "I was trying to watch Gem last night at 2 in the morning." And you can see a teacher going like, "What?" See, that's the thing about this. The positiveness, if you want to look at it a positive, is you get 12 hours of the Hub network. You get a Hub block, if you will, for 12 hours. On the other hand, you get 12 hours of the educational family program of Discovery Family. You get shows like back-to-back episodes of Hour Long Africa, back-to-back episodes of Survival of the Fittest, or whatever it is, back-to-back-to-back episodes of How Did They Do That? And why? Because that's the deal. Here's what I hope happens. Depending on how long this arrangement lasts, here's what I hope happens in the time frame that this deal will last. One, Hasbro will wake up, like I mentioned before, try to either work with another network or create their own freaking network. Yeah, create their own freaking network. There's a lot of places a lot of channels that were created on their own. People poured money in and they got created. They got made and approved. Hub could do the same. Hasbro can do the same thing. So that's one thing I could see happening. Two, Discovery networks are going to see how poorly a lot of these shows are performing. They're going to compare ratings and they're going to realize, you know what? Let's swap the 12-hour blocks. Let's put the educational family blocks at 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then let's go with the Hub block from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Makes more sense. But are they doing that? Not as we speak, but those are a few ways they can go. Another way, which a lot of people are still talking about, is like, let's say, a TNA Wrestling. They could try to find a new TV distributor and partner up with them and say, "Hey, let's work out a deal. Give us a block known as the Hub block, a Hub network block, or Hub block on your cable channel." Better than nothing. But like I said, those three things are what I see happening in the near future. And like I said, depending on how long this situation lasts, I would say that as long as this partnership in a sense is still going, things are going to change. And I think, like I said, option B is where they'll end up going and switching, if you will, the blocks around, so that in the early morning to the mid-afternoon, after school-wise, you can end up having the shows that young kids and even young adults like. I mean, honestly, you think kids are going to come home and want to watch Discovery Family to say, "Oh, great, I can't wait to go home and watch the Africa channel." Oh, not channel, but I can't wait to go home and watch the Africa Net show. Or I can't wait to go home and watch Survival of the Fittest. You think they're really going to think that? No. They're not going to think that. And I think Discovery Networks are just desperate for views. Well, you know what? If Discovery Networks were to stay true to the deal with Hasbro and let Hasbro do their thing, instead of, like I mentioned in the other video, letting somebody else come in and say, "Oh, this would work out great. This would work out perfect. Oh, let's put this here. Let's put that there." Things would have been different. Never change something. It's like the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And to me, that's exactly what happened here. It wasn't broken, but they still wanted to mess with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That. But did they do that? No, they didn't do that. They decided instead, let's fix it even if it's not broken. And what do you get out of it? You get a Hub block, if you will, the Hasbro block, starting at 2 a.m., ending at 2 p.m. And a majority of that time the kids are asleep and then getting ready for school. What sense does that make? What sense does that make unless you're doing it by different time zones? Doesn't make much sense. It doesn't. It makes more sense if you start the damn block at 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then you can do your whole thing at 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Easy. Or switch them around. Makes more freaking sense. You know, I cannot understand why you would switch stuff like this around. I don't. It's like the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But let me know what you guys think about it. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And that's all I'm going to say.